One of the rarest cars in the nation is in Post Falls right now, but only for a little while.
Glenn Vaughn is putting the final touches on a 1934 Packard before shipping it down to California for good. That's where a man recently bought the car for a whopping $600,000.
KXLY4's Andy Bishop gives us an inside peek at the vintage car and explains why the Packard is so special.
It is an icon of an icon.
Past the boxes in steel in the middle of Glenn Vaughn's shop, there it is, the 34.
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
The supermodel of vintage cars.
This little device here is something that puts oil to all the wear points on the chassis automatically.
For 3 months, Vaughn and his crew have put the final touches on the Packard, making everything just right for its new owner.
The car certainly didn't always look like this. In fact, Vaughn will tell you it used to be a piece of junk. His dad originally bought the car back in 1965. That's when he responded to this very ad.
He paid $750 for it. It was a mess.
For 6 years, Vaughn worked right alongside his dad, piece by piece, bringing the Packard back to life.
And he and I really didn't know what we were doing, so we didn't know that we couldn't do it.
Vaughn's dad, Ken, is considered the godfather of restoration.
I don't know, what's the son of a godfather? Okay, I'm a son of a godfather.
The car is unlike any other. There were only 4 built like this in 1928. 6 years later, in 1934, the owners wanted a change.
And so moving it from the 1928 chassis to the 1934 chassis, it becomes a legitimate one-of-a-kind because it was done by the original coach builder.
Vaughn's dad then sold the car to the late LA Times publisher Otis Chandler. When Chandler died 2 years ago, it went up on the auction block. A man in California wanted it no matter what.
He held his bidding paddle in the air until he owned the car, and then he took his bidding paddle down. That was his strategy. So it sold for $600,000.
Before the Packard rolled down his driveway, he wanted the original restorer to make a few changes. Ken Vaughn, however, died this summer. He was 90 years old.
It's almost a tribute to him. So I'm having a tribute to my father sitting in my shop, and I'm able to contribute to that tribute. So it's a lovely feeling.
In Post Falls, Annie Bishop, KXLY4.